Hey everybody, it's Dave and Olive. Thanks for joining us at Book Blather today, where we talk a lot of fantasy, horror, sci-fi, but also mix it up with other kinds of fiction and non-fiction as well, and try to have a little fun along the way. Today we're bringing you our fourth installment of short Halloween books. Okay, so today is part 4 of short Halloween books, our series where we read short Halloween-themed books and then tell you about them. You know, Halloween's over, but we figured we would do this one anyway. With this fourth book, we started just before Halloween, finished just after, didn't have a chance to make the video. We figured we'd put it up anyway to complete the series so it's there for next year. So, the book we're talking about today is Dark Harvest by Norman Partridge. This was published in 2006, originally by Cemetery Dance Publications. This is a tour book. It won the Bram Stoker Award at the time, and I believe they're actually making a movie out of this now. This was a really good book. It was very Halloween themed, of course, and it was really good. Immediately upon finishing it, I thought it was really good, and then I thought about it for a little bit, and I realized it was really, really good. So, I'll explain why I said that in a minute. So, what this story is about is it's set in a nameless town that has a black road leading out of it with a, line that nobody crosses. Everybody just lives here and has always lived here. And every Halloween, the October Boy makes an appearance. And this is, a traditional Halloween monster, made out of vines and scarecrow clothing and a jack-o'-lantern head and Halloween candy innards. And every Halloween night, he makes an appearance out of the cornfield. And all the teenage boys in the town basically engage in this big hunt to take down the October Boy. It's a big event that happens every year. And the winner that actually ends up taking down the October Boy is rewarded with basically their ticket out of this town, and their family is rewarded with money and a car and things. And so we see the story take place from a couple different perspectives, a couple kids and a couple parents a little bit, and it's very action-packed as the night unfolds. It basically starts on Halloween night with the October Boy making his appearance, and we follow the hunt, and the story was just fun. Number one, because it was a great Halloween theme, so it's good for the season. Number two, it was a really engaging, action-packed story. And, there's a bit of a mystery involved, and this hunt is overseen. There's a couple of, oppressive characters in town, the sheriff and the butcher and this mysterious harvest guild that oversee the hunt. So you follow a couple of different people as the night goes on, and it's, like I said, it's very action-packed, and it's a pretty addictive story. Originally, when I finished the book, I thought, wow, that's pretty good. But there was a couple of things that bothered me a little bit that don't bother me now. And I think I can explain this without spoiling it, without spoiling the story for you. Basically, one of the things that I didn't like originally was that the narrative was told from different. So then it's told in the third person from the perspective of various different people, but then it periodically switches to the second person, and I couldn't figure out why Partridge did that, and it kind of bothered me a little bit because you were already switching between these different people, and then it was going back and forth between third person and second person. So the second thing I didn't like about the story was I'm like, oh well, that was a fun, addictive story, but they never really explained why this was all happening in the first place. There was a resolution to the story, but not really any explanation of why this town was the way it is and why people behaved like this. So when I finished the story, I thought, wow, that was a pretty good, pretty addictive story, except for these couple of little things that I didn't like so much. And I know the book was well received, and So I was thinking a little bit about why those things happened, why Partridge did that, and pretty quickly realized, I think, why he did, and made me appreciate the book even a little bit more. As I said, there was, I felt at first like I didn't really get an answer for why the town was like this, and I think that was really part of the point of the book. I think that was actually a metaphor, because the story, the people behaved in this the town behaved in this strange way, and everybody just went along with it just because that's what was done, and that's what's always been done. Kind of like a lot of things in life and society, that we just do them because that's the way it's always been done. And I think that was part of the point of the story, and it was part of the evolution of one of the multiple characters, but especially the main character that kid goes through, thinking through about why is this the way. And so that became pretty clear to me pretty quick that was actually that there wasn't supposed to really be a reason for why the town was like that was really a metaphor. But it took me a little bit longer thinking about, but I still don't know why he did this switching between the third person and the second person. And then I realized that that's probably why, because periodically he switches to talking he switches to the second person where he's talking to you, and you're not even sure who you are supposed to be in this story, and that seems to be a vehicle for Partridge to be taking you out. Most of the time you're viewing this third person narrative of a fictional fantasy story, and then periodically he takes you out, uses the second person and says, but you already know this. You're already familiar with this. You've already seen this. And I think that is maybe Partridge's way of taking you out of the fiction and inserting it into real life and saying, you already know how this is. Why is society acting this way? Why are the people acting this way? Just because it's always been that way. And I think when he switches into the second person, he's kind of analogizing it to real life and talking to you, saying you already know how this goes. So I'll leave it at that. I don't think that really spoils the story for anybody, but maybe that'll help put it in context a little bit, because I struggled with that for a little bit as I was going through it, and then after I finished the book, kind of finally realized that that's what I think was going on with those different techniques that he used. So I thought this was, on the whole, really, really good book. Probably a 5-star book. I think when I first finished, I thought it was more like a 4-star, and then once I thought about it, I realized actually probably a 5-star book. So I would highly recommend this. I think this is great for any time, but especially for the Halloween season. But I think you can enjoy this all year round. I think it's just a great story to read. So highly recommended. Dark Harvest by Norman Partridge. And that's it. So thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, along with the notification bell, so that you get notified the next time Olive says it's okay for us to upload another video. Take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you next time.